Hey, everybody, and welcome to Huddle Time with Renit. I'm super excited to be here today. It's Monday, and like every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Chicago time, 6 o'clock, and I am in the Mountain Standard Time. I'm in the middle of beautiful Colorado, right in the mountain. It's kind of like fall, kind of cozy feeling, but it's beautiful. It's so beautiful here. And so I'm back here on Monday, and as of course, every huddle time. We appreciate you for tuning in and join us with Americans Beauty Show of Cosmetology of Chicago, our partners and our sponsors. Every Monday, we bring guests for weekly discussions. Now, who are our guests? They're thought leaders, they're leaders, they're innovators, and they have so much to share with us and teach us some lessons, some really good things that maybe you were not thinking about that, and you can take that and implement. Anything that we can do to improve our lifestyle, to improve our profits, to improve our career, to improve our well-being and impact the world in such a better way. So I'm super excited to be here today, but not before I'm going to say thank you to our sponsors. As you know, Americans Beauty Show is our great sponsors. We've been partnering on Huddle Time since day one, and here we are. And we are super excited to already curate April America's Beauty Show April event. And I'm super excited because it's going to be like nothing that it has ever been done before. So get ready and check us out on our social media because we're going to be sharing with you a lot of great education coming up and more about the event to come. Also, thank you for Textel. Textel is our sponsor and it helps us engage with your customers the way you really need to. Not through emails only, but also through texting. In today's world, it's nothing like getting an instant messaging or instant communication with your client and also with your team. It's a fantastic way to communicate with your team and with your consumer. And the consumer needs that communication. Textel is the one to work with, and it's been a fantastic company to work with. They are our sponsors, and Salon Cadence is also working with Textel. So thank you for Salon Cadence. As you know, Salon Cadence is a white glove company. It's a training and that helps salon and spa owners to achieve not only their higher sense of profit or not only their the freedom of achieving their goals and their desires, but it helps a lot on your mindset. So please tune up. If you have anything that you want to ask about Salon Cadence, you know where to reach us. And it's right here on our Facebook. Now, today we have a fantastic, amazing guest. I'm super excited because her story is really unique. And I'd love to bring her in and not before tell you that Bambi has been in the industry for over 20 years. She's contributed to our industry in so many ways. She was a successful salon owner, created a couple of salons. You know what? I'm going to let you know everything about Bambi. We're going to talk about how to curate and how to diversify your resources of revenue or your elevate your thinking or change your thinking. Today, in the world of today, it's so important to think big, to not only think narrow, to really have thoughts of how you can better yourself and how can you better and better the world around you. So I would love to bring into the stage Bambi. Bambi, hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, Bambi. How are you? I loved your background. Where are you right now?
I'm in Chicago. I'm at home in Chicago.
Okay, and I love what you have right in the background. It's a beautiful window.
Thank you. It's our skyline. It's nothing like it.
Nothing like it. And
No.
as we talked about before, you got your curly hair today, which is
I
exciting.
know. I know. normally wear my hair curly, but when I have important events, I usually blow it out. I make an effort, but it's raining in Chicago, so I thought let my natural curls do what they do.
Well, they look fantastic, and you look glowing. So, how are you? How things? It was so good to meet you at on BAs on our show. It was really great to have you on the panel. We talk a lot about great things for our audience. It was really fun to get to know you.
Thank you. You too. You too.
Thank you. So, tell me how you started. Now, you've been in the industry for quite some time, and you wear many, many hats. And you started in the industry, obviously, as a stylist.
Yes. Well, no,
And
I
then,
started as an assistant.
oh, well, we all do. We all do, right? We all got to start there.
Yeah.
So that's great. But I would love for you to tell us the story of how did you get from being a stylist to a curator of scents and as a perfumer, because that is something so incredible. And just so you know, I am such a big fan of perfumes. And so, yeah, and especially if they have a very unique senses, right? I
Mhm.
love the unique senses. I love the herbs. There are just so many great stores out there that right now go through sensory of experience of sensory, and I love them. I mean, I've been in one in New York, and that was like really fun to go through it. So
Mhm.
tell me the story.
So I'm an accidental hairdresser. So it wasn't my life dream or something that I thought about. But early on, I have to credit my dad for pretty much everything. My father was an artist, but also a postal worker, so that we could eat. But he was an artist at heart. So early on, he discovered that there was something different about me in the way that I expressed myself. And going through school, teachers, would tell my parents, I must have a learning disorder or something was wrong with me. So my father, because we spent a lot of time creating and working together, knew that there was nothing wrong with me, but there was something different about me. So we sought help, and it's with a woman who I'm still very good friends with. She did a brain scan for me, my parents, and found out that I had something called synesthesia. And what that means is that my cognitive pathways cross. So if I'm eating something that's really delicious, I'll hear music. I know it's not playing, I know it's not real, but I could hear that in my head it's real. Or if I look at a clock and you ask me what time it is, of course I know how to tell time, but numbers will reflect as color to me first before they appear as numbers.
Wow.
So as a hairdresser, it enables me to see color and to see shapes very differently. But as a perfumer, it's like my superpower because I smell everything. And it's not, synesthesia isn't something that I can turn off. It's with me all day long. So being a curator of sensory experiences is just a way that I normally live my life. And it's me showing other people how it is to live in my shoes because I have sensory overload all the time. So
Ah,
early on in my life, that was the way that I expressed myself is with fragrance. If I was feeling sad and I didn't have the words, my father would ask me, "How does that smell to you?" And so I would tinker with things. He would buy me essential oils, or I would play with my mother's perfume to curate something that could convey how I was feeling. So I've always used fragrance as a way to tell my story or to express my feelings. So my father saw that as a unique gift. So early on, I've been a perfumer all my life. So when I was graduating high school, or in high school, I knew that there was no perfume schools in the country. So what was I going to do to help me evolve and to become a perfumer? And I didn't have a lot at that time. I didn't know what to do and how to become a perfumer. So my high school offered college courses. If you were a bright kid and you graduated early, you can take college courses, or you can take like go to trade school. So for me, I knew I had aspirations of going to school in Paris, and I didn't have a family that could support that financially. So I knew I had to work. So I took a trade, and the reason I chose hairdressing is because I grew up in a suburb of Chicago for high school. I grew up on the South Side. First, I'm a South Side girl. But for high school, my parents relocated to a south suburb. So there was nobody that can do my hair. All my friends were Caucasian girls. And so when they would go to the salon for the weekend, I would go and nobody would touch my hair because I didn't have straight textured hair. So consequently, I became the hairdresser for all my black friends that lived in the suburbs. So I thought, hey, I'm good at this. I like doing it. This is what I can do to make money while I'm in college studying perfume. And so that's how I became a hairdresser. I went to Pivot Point. I was only 15 years old. And I started learning, and I had teachers from all over the world that encouraged me. It was a fantastic start to a career that enabled me to go to college and to pay my way through school. But unfortunately, we live in a very, especially the world of fashion and perfumery, it's very secretive. And unfortunately, I couldn't get hired in that field. And so I started doing hair because I needed to make a living, and still making perfumes for my friends, my family, special occasions. I work with a couple of brands to lend my expertise, but nobody would hire me full time. And so I just became a hairdresser because I really just didn't have a choice. And I love it. It's been so rewarding to me. It's been a godsend. It was a field that accepted me how I came. I was young, I'm Afro Latino, I have a different flavor and flair about myself. And hairdressing was a place that I felt that I could really and truly be my full self, and I didn't have to change anything. And the
Yeah.
perfume world was just very different for me. I had to fit in a certain type of box. And because I was not willing to compromise, that world was not open to me. But now it is.
Well, it's a great story. I interview a lot of people, and a lot of amazing people just like you.
Thank you.
And it's funny, a lot of them start with that story. It was by an accident,
Mhm.
it was not by design. And for me, it was always by design. That's you get experience. You're in the atmosphere, and you love that atmosphere, and it gets so magnetic. And for
Mhm.
me, that was like, I have to be somehow, I have to be in the fashion world. It's either was going to be fashion, it's going to be hair and beauty, or it's going to be shoes, either one of them. I
Mhm.
knew I was going to be in one of those. But going listening to your story, you've been so, I'm sure it wasn't a bed of roses, and I'm sure there were many thorns over there.
Mhm.
But you have accomplished a lot in your career.
Thank you.
You opened two salons with sales above $1 million. Okay. You created two locations while you were curating and working on your perfumer,
Mhm.
on your sensories.
Mhm.
And at the same time, your vision was to really create senses in people's and experience through the senses.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'd love for you to share with all of us, because obviously retail has been a big part of your success,
Yes.
thing. And I feel like retail has always been a tough resource for salons to invest in. It's they're lucky if 7% of their sales is devoted to retail.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I have visited so many, and all of our, a lot of our members, a lot of our clients, they come up from a culture of they hardly ever sell retail at all. And
Mhm.
so I'd love to talk about, if you can share with us, why are we going so wrong about this, especially now that we need to invest
Mhm.
in a much bigger picture than just selling shampoo and conditioner. Okay.
Mhm.
I'd love for you to share with us, what does it take to really develop an amazing retail, making the retail be almost like 50% of your total revenue and not just service.
Well, for me, it was important as a new salon owner. I was in my 20s, and I really I did not know what I was doing. I knew I had to own my own salon because what I was looking for was not available to me. I didn't want to own a salon. I was very happy working along other people. I'm very rewarded by learning from other people, and not just learning from them is in giving. It's an exchange for me. I learn from other people, and I like to share. So for me, I felt like I had to open my own salon because what I was looking for at the level I was looking for it was not available to me. So for me, opening a brand new salon in Chicago, downtown Chicago, I mean, I knew I had to sell retail. It wasn't a by chance. If I happened to sell it, I had to sell it to be able to survive downtown. The rent at my place, and this was, maybe 20 years ago, was $12,000 a month. I wasn't making that as a hairdresser to pay for that and to pay myself. So retail had to pay the rent there for me. And so as a new salon owner, I could not invest in 5 or 6 product lines because a minimum quantity order would bankrupt me before I even opened my doors. So I met with, having my background in perfume, I have, relationships with scientists and people that can develop products for me. And because I wanted to utilize my fragrance background, I created my own products. And it sounds like a very costly thing, but it's really not. Most scientists already have bases for things. So I got a base for different shampoos, for aging hair, for dry hair, for troubled scalp, for thinning hair. And I fragrance those things. And having some background in different raw ingredients, I knew what to add myself to those bases to give it that extra thing that my clients would require for their hair. So for me, that was a game changer because creating my own products, I knew those guests had to come to me. They could not get Honey Child products anyplace else. So we used the products in all of our services. We used them at the back bar. They were the only products, with the exception of maybe 5 or 6 different small lines.
Yeah, yeah.
Thomas Roth, we used Yanka at the time, and L'Oreal because we needed a color company to partner with us. So I had big brands to align with me, but I knew that I can only make that kind of investment with a few. I couldn't spend $20,000 with 20 different brands. I didn't have the financial support to do that, but it was cost effective for me to develop my own products. And because I want to do what's right in the environment, and this is 20 years ago, so I was a little bit ahead of my time. So it looked, but I really wasn't. I was broke. So I needed a way to package these products. And packaging for me was very important because I'm very
Visual.
yeah, I'm very visual. So I needed things that were pretty and I couldn't afford what I wanted. So I thought I'm going to put everything in glass, make everything simple, everything beautiful. And I had, a Catholic school upbringing. So my penmanship was really good. So I wrote on the glasses what they were. And people thought it was just so personal. I could write little notes for them. And even at Christmas time, when they would gift different things like body scrubs, I could write notes. And this is specifically for you. And this person thought to add this fragrance for you. So it became very personalized. So it was an experience. So for me, I wouldn't have been able to survive. And my business could not pay that rent if I did not focus on products. So nothing much has really changed to this day. A lot of salon owners are struggling because they can't even put products back on the shelves once they sell them because that money is already gone because we're living through a pandemic and we have to survive. So my new venture is creating a space where salon owners, novice, and not just salon owners, people who want to develop their own product lines can come and sit with me, a trained perfumer, sit with people on my team that are scientists, evaluators, compounders, to make one product. Make that one product, practice with it in your salon, see what else is needed, come back to me and sell that product. Once you sell it, come back, make 2 more, come back, make 3 more. There's no minimum order quantity so that you can grow a business without, making a huge financial investment. So selling products is essential, but there's a difference we'll talk about this more, I hope, is if you are working in a segregated salon and the primary client is a curly haired textured guest, those guests don't normally buy products because they're coming to
Yeah.
see you every week or every 2 weeks.
And talking about that experience that you created, because you really personalized this the whole experience. You went
Yes.
above and beyond, and you were thinking about it then. Now today we need to amplify the personal experience. And
Absolutely.
so my friend who is on Facebook, and by the way, anybody who is on our stream, I cannot see anybody's comments today. I don't know what's going on with Facebook today. Facebook had some weird things. So Paola, who is my assistant, she just texted me what Leon says, and Leon says custom blends with sensory testing could make a return.
Say it one more
It's a
time.
personal. It's a make a return. It's
Mhm.
a personal experience for the consumer. How do you feel about it, Bambi?
I think anytime the personal experience starts way before they come into the salon. The first time they call you, that first person is your first experience. So for me, everything is in the detail. How people answer the phone, how many rings they allow to happen even before that is important. Or if somebody visits your website, that could be the first time that they're having an experience with you. Was it easy? Was it legible? Could they understand what you were trying to convey? So everything, when someone thinks about your business, the first time they make an effort to contact you is it should be an experience. Your website site should be beautiful. It should be easy to navigate. When they walk into your salon, someone should be there to greet them because sometimes it's overwhelming to walk into the salon. Most of the people are very beautiful. They're dressed really well. They're in fashion. So everything should be an experience. As soon as you walk in, it should smell like something. So they can endear, they can remember you.
Yeah. And I feel like oh, for sure, today especially, you as a matter of fact, today you have less amount of getting on the phone. A lot of this done through digital today, a lot of online booking, but even the online booking should be an unbelievable experience. uh,
Absolutely.
and same as the check-in, your check-out. We're trying very much to automate everything, but it's what can we do in our salon that makes us so different, and it will attract the people we want to attract. So
I think it's staff.
obviously, you have a salon in Cabo San Luca, which is one of my favorite places in Mexico. And so how do you amplify, or how do you create the sensory experience in your salon? How can you integrate um, a sensory experience in salons, for example?
So
Because I
soon
think
as
that
someone walks in, it smells different. And that smell is only at my salons, right? So your sense of smell is the only sense that you have that's connected to your limbic system. So that means it's tied to a memory. Every smell that you have ever encountered is tied to a memory. So if they happen to smell something similar to the way that my salon smells anywhere else, they're going to remember my salon. Oh my God, I probably need to make an appointment for a haircut. So that is where it starts. As soon as you walk in, it smells delicious. Then the vibe of the salon, it's beautiful, it's clean, there's flowers all over. The front desk is happy to see you. It's as if everybody's been waiting all day to see you. Then there's something for you to drink or to taste. On Saturdays, my salon is called Honey Child, so we would have biscuits and honey on Sundays, very Southern comfort. We would serve our water in mason jars. So everything was an experience. Before any spa service, if you're coming in for a facial or a massage, you would get a foot soaking first that smells like something while you're waiting for your technician. So we paid attention to every detail, and all of these things are added value. It doesn't cost our customer anything to smell anything. It doesn't cost you anything additional to have a foot soak before a facial or a massage, but they're able to smell something. So at the end, we ask questions. Did you enjoy that foot soak? Would you like to take that home with you? Did you like the fragrance that you smelled during your service? Would you like to take that with you? So you can bring that same experience that you had at Honeychild or Hive, bring that home with you.
Yeah.
So there's ways to set yourself apart, small ways that you can set yourself apart, and fragrance is a huge one. It's very huge.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that it needs to have, it's funny. I used to have, I at my salon, we actually partnered with a company that did a really unique scents, and they were beautiful, and people really love the senses. It just reminds them a lot of things. Yes, you're yellow now, and you're glowing
I was
orange.
like, what is happening? I'm like,
There you go. There you go.
there we are.
So I really truly believe that by having um, um, extra products that your customer would love to have and love to put their hands on, is important right now, because we just
Mhm.
don't want to just be identified all as a salon. We want to identify it as a company. We want to identify it as a beauty business, right? That serves a lot more than just beauty or services. We have to think about today, in a bigger picture. How how else can we talk to our audience? How else can we
The life.
connect?
It's a lifestyle. So when people come and once we talk about your hair, I know what you're getting, I know what you want. I give my feedback on what you can be doing at home, how you can make my job easier by keeping your hair healthy and full of integrity. These are the things. And once I get that out of the way, I become their expert on everything. This is where you should be eating. This new shop just opened up. This is where you should be shopping. This is what your dog should be eating. So I tell everybody on my team, read. I mean, we are at home a lot. COVID has, introduced nesting a bit to people who always like to be outside. I've always been kind of a nester. So there's read. We have Chicago Social Magazine in Chicago. We have Michigan Avenue Magazine. You can read. You can get on the internet. Thrillist is a great resource. What are the hot restaurants? What's happening in the city? My guests, when they come in, they're getting all of that. So it's not just, I'm going to make you look fabulous. I'm going to make and boost your confidence because now you're going to feel this type of way. Now I'm going to enhance everything about your life. So that way I'm endearing myself to my guests. So that way they don't always have to come in for a haircut. They come in for a chat. Sometimes I see people,
Yeah.
especially men, I think, oh my God, he doesn't need a haircut. They're coming to talk, right? Especially now that we're living through a pandemic. People have been locked up almost 2 years. So they want that exchange. Some of these people are single. They haven't had anybody touch them in 2 years. And we have licenses to do that, to actually put our hands on you. So I think if everything is first motivated in love, and when you love someone, you want to enhance the quality of the total person and not just the look. That's just a byproduct. I have 2 dogs, by the way.
I got mine too. There's somewhere. There's somewhere. I know there's
But
somewhere.
listen, this is how you
But
get. You want a blueberry? That's all you have to say, and they just
a blueberry?
I
Just
know
a blueberry?
love blueberries. So when they
Oh,
hear that word, they or treats, they act a little better.
I love it. That's perfect. I love that you're touching how we can make a difference in the whole being and not just in our services. And it's time to do it. I mean, good old trunk show. What
Yeah.
everybody's just not doing this anymore, and we need to bring it back because it's important. I noticed that on your website, and by the way, we're going to be sharing Bambi's website on our link right here, but on your website there are packages almost kind of like a birch box experience the senses. I
Mhm.
think that's going to be something really great for salons to have a sensory party,
Absolutely.
and all around, and then carry more of a testing product, okay, so just so they can taste it, they can smell it, and add that into their e-commerce,
Yeah.
so they can have that on their website. So how would that work if you partnered up with a salon around the country,
Mhm.
uh, nationally, and created some sort of a collaboration or partnership to bring something like this to the salon?
So we're doing it already. So I come to the salons, and sometimes if it's interactive, if they want me to interact with their guests, we bring a variety of scents based on what I've talked to the owners and managers about first. And that way people like to be a part of something. So the salon can say, I just did this, this is really cool. They open it to their guests and said, hey, we're creating a signature scent. We want you to be involved. So they invited their top, say, 20 clients to come in for that day, and I brought a series of different scents. We smelled them. I taught them how to properly smell things. We talked about what each scent meant to each person. Then we talked about each note and what those notes will do and the feelings that they convey and how they can shift the atmosphere, actually. So we talked about those things. They selected, and then we talked about how you want to carry this fragrance into your salon. Do you want it to be a candle? Do you want it to be a mist? Do you want your guests to be able to sleep with this fragrance, to spray their linens at night? Do you want to put it in a product? So we talk about how the guests wanted to use this product, and people want to be a part of something. So
Yeah,
they felt like they helped to build that product line for you. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to buy it from you. That's first off.
absolutely.
They're going to sell it for you too. Hey,
Yeah,
I was part of this unique thing that I helped with a signature scent for my salon, and they made it into a body scrub.
yeah,
Try it. Tell me if you like it, because I had something to do with that. People want to be a part of helping you build your brand, and oftentimes I tell my salons that I consult for is don't keep everything secret. Tell it all, right? Take them
well,
with you.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, look at what you're creating. So let's say we're curating an atmosphere, right? And we're curating the experience. You create events for VIP clients. Maybe you do something like once a month. You do something for them. It's almost like now we're doing a club, and at that opportunity we get to converse. We get to sip wine, to have champagne, to smell, to chat, to really kind of enjoy each other, and we'll take pictures of that and we'll document all of it, and then we can use it on our social media to just kind of like let the people out there know what kind of a culture we have. And that is how, not only that we attract the ideal client, we also attract the ideal staff members that wants to be part in something like this. So it speaks to both sides, and I love that. So
Oh,
that's really great.
yeah, people want to see, oftentimes you see a brand when they've already made it, right? They're in magazines. That's how
Yeah,
you found out about them. And so there's, to me, it's you have a more chance for retention if you show people all, like my guests, they've known me for 20 years. They saw me start as an assistant. They saw me grow into a stylist. They saw me now as a salon owner. They're a part of my story. They're part of that journey. Without them, there would be no Hive or Honey Child.
right.
So I think that, that's an old school way of marketing, is to show people that I've arrived and this is where I'm great and I'm selling millions of dollars. No, people need to know, what it took to get you there, right? Everybody had to start somewhere. Everyone has a story. So, so I think
That's a
it's important.
blueberry.
Want a blueberry? So you want people to know the whole story, and that way they're part of it and they're an extension of your story and an extension
Yeah,
of the brand. And then it helps you not to work so hard because they're
yeah,
working for you.
absolutely, absolutely. And that's really what it takes. So we all need to go back into doing some really great events. Um, and perfume is a wonderful way of bringing into our retail world, because we do need to look at this as another resource of opportunity, and not only that, to make it very unique for our clients. So
Yeah.
Bambi, what's next? I know you have candles, I know you have beautiful perfumes, and now you have packages, a monthly, memberships. What's next? What are you thinking you're going to be doing next? What are you working on?
Well, you guys, you know how much I love Las Cabos, Mexico. It holds such a special place in my heart. I lived there for 7 years and have a business there for that time. I love the culture, the people. So I am looking to open a perfumery there on the grounds of Flora Farms, which is an extraordinary oasis.
Oh, I love Flora Farms. It's like
Yeah, it is
beautiful and it's gorgeous over there.
extraordinary. It's owned by my fabulous friend Gloria Green, and so we're looking to have a zero waste place where you can come in, make your own products, anything from cleaning products, toothpaste, deodorant, all natural, kosher, vegan, 100% natural, sustained, nice,
Sustainable.
everything sold in glass, aluminum, sold by weight. So it's good for people that are visiting. We have a lot of brides that come to Cabo, especially at Flora Farms. What an amazing place to get married.
Right.
And you can come there with your party, make a signature scent, do something fun and very memorable. Or for the people that live there that want to have their own product line, you can come and make one product. You can sit, develop it, get it perfect, sell it, come back, make 5 more, make 10 more the next time. So it's a place to build just a fun experience, but also really building entrepreneurs and how to start your own product line in a fiscally responsible way.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. And for anybody who has not visited Cabo San Luca, yes, it's just so beautiful over there. And the farm is amazing. Food is great. It's great atmosphere, and the shopping is fantastic. So I'm super excited for you, Bambi. I'd love to be part of it. I'm gonna come and make my own scent,
You
and
have to.
maybe, yeah, and maybe we can just bring the whole Salon Cadence members to Mexico and
That,
do a retreat over there.
that would be great. That would be
Wouldn't
great.
it? I think it'll be a great space. So, well, we're coming up into our end of our time, and I usually end this with a couple of questions, and I love to run them by you. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, we
Surprise.
go. Yeah.
All right.
If you can say something to your past self um, that will make a difference then into now, what would you say to yourself?
Be patient and trust the journey. Just be patient.
What inspires you?
God, everything inspires me. I'm inspired by the people around me, my family, my friends. I'm inspired by nature. I'm inspired by, I can find inspiration in everything.
What things you wish you didn't do?
I don't wish that. Everything that I've done, good, bad, and different, it all made me who I am.
And what is life all about?
Living and loving.
Love it. What success means to you?
Success means to me, if I can look back and see how many other people that I was able to impact and to help. To me, success is having everybody there with you to share, to enjoy it, and all at the same level. It ain't fun being the only one making it and being successful. I like gifts, that's my love language, and everybody else around you is not making money. That means I don't have any gifts. So that is success to me, is bringing everybody that I can along with me.
Yeah, that's fun. I would like to be on the other side. I'll get the gifts. Okay, and our last one is, what would you like to learn more?
What would I like to learn more? I am an avid reader, so what I would like to learn more, cooking. I love to cook. I like to learn more about that. I love language. I just started a language class today. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I speak a little French. I speak Spanish. I speak a little, not great, but I speak a little Spanish. I speak a little French, but I need to be a better French speaker.
okay,
So I took the first class today.
that's cool. Did you love it?
I loved it. I loved the
Yeah.
teacher's like, go get some wine. You seem nervous. Say less. Say less. Never had
Yeah,
told me to do that before. So I'm a life student. I love to learn. I love to
yeah,
learn. And I think
yeah,
you can learn from anybody.
right. I am with you. Well, I sure learned a lot today, Bambi, and from you. This is our second long conversation, and I really enjoy it. And I
Same.
hope that everybody, thank you. I hope that everybody there learned so much from this. That what you can enhance, how you can change things. Maybe you would like to experience white labeling and doing a lot of things that you can create profitably, but also have fun doing it other than just your normal things, right, Bambi? Now, for
Yes.
everybody who wants to contact Bambi, she's got a beautiful website where we're going to be dropping it right here. And you can ask her a question and reach out and maybe even schedule an experience in your own salon in the future. Um, Holidays are coming, so there's nothing better to start um, already planning for that. That's it.
I'm here
Bambi,
for
thank
you.
you so much.
It's my pleasure, totally my pleasure. You are fantastic. Thank you for
Oh,
sharing your platform with me.
thank you. And thank you for everybody at ABS. Can wait for you guys to see you on the 18th for another show. And until then, you guys have a great week. Bambi, don't get off. I'm just going to get out
No,
of
it's okay.
this.